Hello, so we're going live right now. Kiera Parks is gonna come on in just a second. So I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Hi. I'm just waiting for Kiera to join.
All right. Kiera should be on in a second.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. I texted her, so
I sent her the request to join it, so
is she
she'll be.
on?
I don't know. Yeah.
She didn't know it started, but she's joining.
Okay.
There.
There you are. Okay. So this morning we're. All right, Kiera. Do you want to start? Okay.
Sorry, it kicked me off for a second. What'd you say?
Do you want to start?
Sure. All right. So we were reading and we were saying how like Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, they're like popular verses to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, he shall direct your paths. Like they're really popular verses, but like we were both saying, like when we read it, we were saying that when you're older, you kind of have like a more like deeper understanding and like it like makes more sense to you and like you can apply it more to your life. So when we were reading it, like it kind of like stood out to me, like the trust in the Lord with all your heart. Like don't just trust him in some areas, but trust him with everything, because basically that's what we're called to do, is we're called to deny ourselves and follow him and surrender to him, and like with all who we are, not just part of it. So when we trust in him with all our heart and don't lean on our own understanding, because our own understanding is like fickle and it doesn't like we can only see so much as human, but like God, he sees everything. He has every single part of your life planned out and mapped out. It was all predestined, all planned, and all has a purpose, and we can't see what that is. So that's why we're called to acknowledge him and lean on his understanding instead of our own, because we'll like be led astray if we go on our own path. But he'll direct our paths if we give our paths to him to like direct, because if we're not surrendering it to him, he can't like direct it anyway. We're direct it for us. So that's basically what I was learning from that.
I think Addie froze on us.
Uh-oh.
That Kiera.
Thanks.
I feel like that's a verse like pretty much everyone knows, and
Yeah.
if you really think about it, and many people actually follow like I know that people do trust, but it's like areas they want to go. We're focusing on that one.
Yeah.
Is Addie back?
I
Nope.
can't tell.
He's like, he's freezing.
Like, you guys keep freezing, so I can't tell.
I don't think it's us.
Okay, hang on. Let me move.
Okay.
All right. Well, do you have anything to add, Hannah?
Well, it's pretty much like, so it's like pretty much straightforward of what you said. I just thought that like it's cool that that verse is so popular and how a lot of people know it. But
Yeah.
I don't know where she went.
I don't know. Was she at B-School?
No, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It looked like she was in a classroom.
She might.
Sorry.
There she is.
There.
I was in my dad's office because my data like completely cut out when I went to start it at home.
Oh, yikes.
So yeah.
You hear what you said?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Anyways.
So we were talking about how with the verse with Proverbs, how that verse that we went over, not very many people a lot of people know it, but many people don't necessarily think about what it means that much.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the way Kiera said it like this morning, and she said that when you give all your paths to God, then that's when He'll direct all your paths, and you have to like give it up for Him to show you where to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. And it's almost like the most popular verses, like the verses that most people know, they all have like a really straightforward message. Like that verse, you don't have to dig super deep in it to know what it means. It's like super straightforward.
Yeah, but still a lot of people don't like understand it fully because it almost becomes numb to them because they've heard it so many times. So
Yeah. I'm gonna I would look it up in my Bible, but the only one I have right now is the New Testament. So
yeah.
Kiera, do you want to keep going like throughout the chapter?
Sure. Another part in verse 7 that I was like kind of like spoke to me more is it says, "Do not be wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord and depart from evil." And I was thinking about that, and like so many people are just like, you know, they're like haughty and proud, and they think that they know all this stuff about the Bible, and like they're like they like take pride in how much that like they understand about the Bible, and they forget the part that like it's not about how much you know, like it's about, you know, like following God and having a relationship with Him. It's not about like all like the religious stuff, like how in the Bible when Jesus like rebukes the Pharisees and stuff for like thinking that they were better than other people because they knew all this stuff about like the law and stuff, and they thought that they were wise in their own eyes, and they thought that they were like better and above other people. But later in the chapter, it says he scorns the scornful but gives grace to the humble. And in another version, it says he opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. So I was thinking about it, and it was like when we were reading this, and I was like thinking like it kind of goes back to the whole surrendering thing, because, you know, if we're like leaning on our own understanding and thinking that like our ways are better than His ways, and we're not giving ourselves completely to God, like we're filling ourselves with ourselves instead of filling ourselves with God. But that's not what we're called to do. We're called to deny our flesh, and we're called to like live for Him. And that's why it says that He gives grace to the humble, because that's what we're supposed to be. Is we're supposed to be humble. We're supposed to like follow God and like acknowledge His ways instead of our own, and don't lean on our own understanding, because if we lean on our own understanding, then it's not going to go very well, because we don't know everything, but God does. So it's kind of like a lot of rabbit trails, but yeah. Yeah, that's basically what I had on that. Are you
Hannah?
muted, Hannah? Because I can't hear you.
Muted, sorry.
Okay.
That verse that you just read again. The one you were talking.
I did not hear what you said.
Okay. Can you read the verse that you had just again? Because we've had some new people join. You don't have to
Okay. Yeah. It says, "Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil." And the other one that I said was, "Surely he scorns the scornful, but gives grace to the humble," or "he opposes the proud and gives grace to the humble."
Yeah. I like verses. I really like Proverbs because Proverbs, it's fairly straightforward, but it's your, because it flips all of the things that, or how I really like Proverbs. I think it's a great book.
Yeah.
These verses are just they give so much direction, and a lot of people think that they can be wise in their own time, but really if you want to be wise, you need God. You need to call to God and let Him kind of control what you do.
Yeah.
Addie, what do you have to add?
I don't really like what you guys said is yeah, pretty much said everything that I would have said.
Yeah.
Okay. You have more to read, Kiera?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in this chapter that I was this morning, and Addie and I had a really good conversation. It was like an hour long about it because there was just so much that we dug in on. But the next one in verse 9 is, "Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruits of all your increase." And another thing that I've been learning a lot recently is that like if you want to be used by God, you don't have to be a worship leader or be a pastor. We're all called to different things, and God gives you things according to your abilities and according to His plan and His understanding. And a lot of people want to think that if they have this social status or this amount of Instagram followers or this amount of this audience, then that's when they can be used by God. That's when they can that's when what they have matters, when they have a lot. But it says in the parable of the talents that Jesus says, it says that you'll be judged according to what you were given, and you have to be excellent with what you've already been given, because he who is faithful with little will also be faithful with much. But if God's given you a little and you haven't been faithful with it, then why do you expect Him to give you more if you haven't already been excellent with what you've already been given? And it says also to honor the Lord with your possessions. So you might be using what God's given you and pursuing those talents and things that He's put in your life. But if you're not honoring God with it, then really, what was it for? Because we're here to honor God, to know God, to make Him known, to love God, to love people. That's basically the whole sum of our existence, is to deny ourselves and follow Him and worship Him and honor Him with what we do and what we have. So if we're not doing it for Him, then what was the point? So. I think you're muted again.
I keep doing that. I think what I would have to add on to that, we people, not no one should try to read the Bible and try to worship hard and do all this stuff just to get attention and just to get people to hire of you. I think that if you're reading the Bible and trying to get a good relationship with God, the only person's attention you should really be trying to get is God's. And I mean, He's always listening. So I don't think you should really try to be focusing on the aspect other people think of you.
Yeah.
I was on a Zoom for Uproar last night, and they that was their entire thing. It was about that. It was if you did your devotions and you did all these things and no one ever noticed it again, would that be good enough for you? If only God was the one who noticed, would that be good for you? No, yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
That all